Guten Tag Deutsch 2. Hier ist ein Video für euch über hier Nico, Emma, das Mädchen. Okay, Moment, hier. Okay. Und Tante Lise, die Tante. Okay. What is this? Okay, let me explain. We're watching a video series called Nico's Weg. And we are using that in Q4 here as a way to hear German, okay, and then turn around and use that German to talk about our own lives and what we have going on. So it's a way of listening kind of more actively to what you're hearing and then turning around and using that same language in your own words. If you're good at this, you take the language that you hear and you know what tweaks to make to it to turn it around into perfect German sentences that you can produce. Okay, so that's the goal, the idea, all right? Now, and we're going to use some color coding and a big table to help us do this. Another way to think about what we're doing is we're taking some of the decisions that we make automatically when we talk. Like when you open your mouth to say something, okay, one of the first things you think about is what you're talking about. Like, I am thirsty, all right? I want to talk about myself, I, all right, the subject of the sentence. Okay, so let's start there with subjects. Okay, I'm going to draw a line up here. Okay, all right, our new color code. The subject is green. Okay, we're going to make subjects green. So we've got Nico, Emma, okay, Tante Lise, and ich. I guess I could, here we go, there's ich. Okay. All right, those are the subject, the thing that's doing the acting in a sentence. All right, that's the first thing you automatically think about when you want to talk about something. Okay, and then another thing you have to have in order to talk about something is you need to have some kind of an action. Now, I've written down here a bunch of actions, sagen, to say. All right, there's a lot of saying going on. They're saying things. Okay, now, or erklären is to make clear. In other words, this is the German word for to explain. So in the video, there's some explaining going on. There's explaining. Okay. And then there's some of this going on, a word that I came up with some of you. Nico's going, He's nodding, nicking. Okay. All right. Okay, I've given you these words now. How this looked in class was I sat down with a group of you and I said, let's just look at the video without sound off and just describe what they're doing. And we came up with these words, all right? We have a subject, and then we have this action. That's called a verb. Yellow. Verbs are going to be yellow here, all right? So we've got the verbs. Now, sometimes the verb is done to something. Okay, we're talking about the next column here. All right. In video 1, that's episode 30, Folge 30. Okay, die Tante, okay, she holds up some, or she brings actually some broccoli, Tomaten und Salat. Okay, Gemüse, she says, Gemüse. So Gemüse, it's not the vegetables aren't doing anything in the video. Okay, Tante Lise is doing something with the vegetables. She gets the vegetables. All right, holen. Okay, she goes and gets the vegetables. All right, Tante Lise. Now, die Gemüse. Okay, the Gemüse is the vegetables are being gotten by her. She goes and gets them. So this is the object. All right. Not all sentences have objects, but in this case, if you've got something that it gets, you look at the verb and you say, what is being gotten here? What is being verbed? All right, that is an object. Now, notice that all of these end in en, and that's the way I'm going to put them on here and the way we're going to keep them on our lists. Some of you have already started putting together these lists like this. That's awesome, okay, where you've made your own tables. All right. All these are in EN, but when you use them, okay, we don't say in English like to go. I to go, he to go, she to go. You take that to go. Okay, that's what they've to say, to explain, to nod, to get. You take that and you change it to go with the whatever the subject is, right? Conjugation is what we're talking about here. So Tante Lisa, she, right, gets the vegetables, all right? You take off that en and you put a t in there. That's basic verb conjugation, and that's a separate video. But this would change it, and if you'd write the whole sentence down on a piece of paper, you would say, Tante Lisa holt die Gemüse. She gets the vegetables. All right. And then there's one more thing, actually 3 more things here. Everything else that you would add to that to explain, okay? She gets the vegetables. Maybe you're wondering where she got them, because if you're Nico, you're wondering how you can get that for Emma for lunch, right? Okay, now I've written these here in a certain order: when, how, and where. And that's because in German, if you have all 3 of these, they tend to put them in that order. Matter of fact, if they're not in that order, it sounds weird to a German. They like to do time, manner, like how, and place. They call that the TMP rule. TMP, time before manner before place. Okay, anyway, so we're going to write them on here. Now, all of these words I have is the same color. Okay, they are all white. All right, so question is, where does she get the vegetables? Aus dem Kühlschrank. Kühlschrank? Remember? Out of the refrigerator. She gets them out of the refrigerator. Or you can say from the kitchen, von der Küche. Okay? Right. Okay. Tante Lisa holt die Gemüse aus dem Kühlschrank. She gets it right out of the refrigerator. All right. Now, let's move this so it lines up a little better. All right. Now, this might look a little, I don't know, unnecessary maybe when you're trying to figure out what to say to put it in this chart. But where this is going to come in real handy is what's involved with earning more points for your sentences. These are how you make very simple German sentences, and it actually mirrors how you make sentences in English: subject, verb, object, and then everything else. Okay. But if you want to add a mode to your sentence, like like Emma has to eat vegetables, all right? If you want to say, okay, instead of Emma eats vegetables, she has to eat vegetables, you've got to know kind of how these are set up. If you want to put it in the past tense, Emma ate vegetables. Okay, these kinds of categories will help you. And then if you want to flip your sentence, if you want to say, in the morning, Emma eats vegetables, okay, this structure is going to help you. We're going to get into that later, but for now, as you draw sentences out of Nico's Weg, the video, put them on, make yourself a chart, okay, and put them in this order, and you can even color code them. And here are some words that we've kind of brainstormed that you can add to yours. Now, they don't have to go straight across, okay? We're just really putting the words up there, and then you're going to combine them kind of as you create sentences. All right, so for example, essen. We've got some eating going on in the video, or at least that's the plan, okay? Essen. So we talk about Emma, essen, Gemüse, okay, zum Mittag, and that's a time, okay? Emma eats vegetables at lunch. That's at least what Tante Lisa says, okay? So Emma, and then essen. Now remember, that's the dictionary form of the verb. You've got to change it. And essen is a weird one. It actually changes to ist in that form. Emma isst Gemüse zum Mittag. Okay, all right. Here's another one, machen. Okay, this is talking about what Emma's supposed to do. Okay, Okay, the Hausaufgabe is done by Emma, hopefully, right? Homework, Hausaufgaben, homework, done. Üben. Okay. And then we've got some other words. These words are going to come in later. I'm just going to stick them up there. You can write them on your chart already. All right, and then we've got some other verbs. Kochen, spielen. Oh, we already had S in there. Okay, we had it 2 times. And then this one, aufstehen. Okay. All right, now this is where we get into something that is going to become a feature, a thing. All right, all the way at the end here. All right, second verb. Do you see that all the way down here? Second verb. So, aufstehen, okay? I think Lisa says in the video, Emma steht 6:30 auf. Let me put this up here. Emma steht 6:30 auf. Now that is what she says, but that's not what we have here, okay? Well, see, aufstehen is one of these weird separable verbs where in English it's to get up. Okay, when Germans put this word in a dictionary, they just combine those. They put the up on the beginning of the word to get, right? This means to up get. Okay, and then when you use it in a sentence, you break it back apart and it sounds like English, to get up. All right, so we'll take off the up, auf. All right, but the weird thing in German is that they take this and they put it to the very end of the sentence. Auf. Okay, so I'm just going to draw a line so we can see how this works. Whoops, and see, I messed it up already. There. Emma, and we make this go with Emma. Emma steht 6:30 auf. That is what she says. That is a perfect German sentence. So we've got to start remembering that if there's another part to the verb, it goes to the very end. Or if even there's a second verb, or if there's a helping verb, okay? The thing that we work with, the thing that we conjugate, the verb that we add the ending to goes in this second position. The second thing in your sentence. That's super important. You're going to want to see yellow. When you see a sentence lined up with these color codes, the second thing in your sentence is going to have to be yellow. That is a fundamental German rule. The second thing in your sentence is the action, okay? In your main clause, your main sentence. All right, so Emma steht 6:30. And then we've got that part that breaks apart. And the other thing is that anything else, any other actions go to the end of the sentence. In English, we just line all our verbs up. Emma has to get up, okay? We put them all together. Emma has to get up at 6:30. In German, they would say Emma has to, wait a minute, Emma has at 6:30 up to get. That's how you would do it. Nope, to get up. Emma has at 6:30 to get up. That's how you say it in German. That's how it looks to us. This is why we're going to start using these colors, because you're going to look at the sentence and the colors and make sure they're right, and then you're going to just make that sentence. And as you kind of hear how those sentences sound and the colors are all the way they should be, you're going to hear perfect German sentences. They're going to look weird. If you translate them weird word for word, you're going to be like, that's just bizarre. Yes, but it's perfect. It sounds great to Germans. Okay, so we're going to use the colors and then kind of our own knowledge about how these sentences work together to create German. All right, so as you go forward in Nico's Weg, put your sentences on this kind of sheet, and we're going to talk about them. We're going to talk about what colors they are. Bring me any questions you have. Mach's gut. Tschüss.